Hello, today we're going to do Module 5, Lesson 12. Our objective is that we're going to specify the corresponding whole when presented with one equal part. So basically, if I give you a part, can you make it into a whole? Okay, first things first. I would like you to draw a rectangle. Now, I would like you to partition it into thirds. Please shade one of the parts. Okay, now I would like you to write me a number bond showing this picture. Okay, so here's my number bond, and here is this. Okay, so what is this? What goes in this big circle? The whole. So 1. Okay, 1 whole. Now, how many are shaded? 1 what? What did we cut it into? We cut it into thirds, so write that first. And how many were shaded? 1. How many are not shaded? Now you can't say 2 halves because these are still bits that are thirds. So we first cut it into thirds, and then we label how many are not shaded. 2 thirds. So I would like you to also write 1/3 plus 2 thirds will give me 3 thirds, which is 1 whole. 1 whole shape. Okay? Let's do another one. This time draw another rectangle because rectangles are so simple. Today, I guess I'm on a rectangle kick. Okay, this time let's divide it into tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to cut the 5 in half, the fifths in half. That gives me tenths. Okay, please color in 8. Well, here's 5. 6, 7, 8. Okay. Then I would like you to write me a number bond. Okay, so what goes in here? 1 whole. What did we cut them into? We cut them into tenths. How many are shaded? 8 were shaded. What did we cut it into? We cut it into tenths. How many are not shaded? 1, 2. Okay, please write 8 tenths plus 2 tenths equals 10 tenths because 8 plus 2 is 10, or 1 whole. Okay? Oh, okay, let's do one more, and I'm going to ask you something trickier. Okay. Rectangles again. Keep it simple. This time let's do it into eighths. Okay, so I know if I cut it in half, that would be, cut my halves in half, that gives me fourths. I cut my fourths in half, that gives me eighths. Okay. Please shade in 1/8. Okay. Now, make your number bond. What goes here? 1 whole. What did we cut them into? We cut them into eighths. How many are shaded? 1. What did we cut it into? We partitioned them into eighths. How many are not shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we write 1/8 plus 7/8 equals how many eighths? 1 plus 7 is 8/8, which is 1 whole. Okay, you ready for a trick? Okay, now, see if you can figure this one out. What is 1/5 more than 1 whole? 1/5 more than 1 whole. I don't know. Well, what would 1 whole be if I'm talking about fifths? So what should I think? I should think 5/5, right? It's a 5. You can't really tell that that's a 5. 5/5 is 1 whole. What's 1/5 more? 1/5 more would be 1 plus 5 is 6/5. Ooh, okay. See if you have it with me. I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to change this. Okay, you ready? See if you can do this. What is 4/5 more than 1 whole? What was 1 whole? If I'm talking about fifths, then 1 whole has to be 5/5. Okay, now 5 plus 4 is 9. 9/5. So 9/5 is 4/5 more than 1 whole. Hey, let's do another one. Tricky. All this makes you think. Okay, now this time, what is 1/3 more than 1 whole? Well, I can't talk about fifths anymore. I'm talking about thirds. So what's a whole if I'm talking about thirds? 3/3 would be 1 whole. So what's 1/3 more? 1 plus 3 is 4. We're talking about thirds. Ooh, 1/3 more than 1 whole is 4/3. Okay, now that's just too easy for you. Let's see if you can do this one. Okay, let's do, ooh, here we go. 1/8. What is 1/8 more than 1 whole? Well, what are we talking about? Eighths, right? Okay, so what would 1 whole be? Think in your brain. It would be 8/8. Okay, so 8/8 plus 1/8 would be 9/8. Ooh, 1/8 more than a whole is 9/8. Okay. I'm going to give you some really hard ones. I just erased part of my word. Okay, let's see. 5/8. What's 5/8 more than 1 whole? Let's see, so what's our whole? Our whole is going to be 8/8. 8 plus 5 is 13, because you have that memorized. And we're talking about eighths. So 5/8 more than 1 whole is 13/8. Okay, one more. I'm going to see if I can stump you. See if I can stump you. Okay. What is 10/11 more than a whole? Ooh, what is it? So what whole am I thinking about? I'm talking about 11ths, so it's going to be 11/11. So what's 10 more? Well, 10 plus 11 is 21/11. So 10/11 more than a whole is 21/11. Isn't that fun? Okay. Let's do our application problem. Jennifer hid half her birthday money in the top drawer of her dresser. The other half she put in her jewelry box. If she hid $8 in her top drawer, how much did she get for her birthday? I'm going to draw a picture. And I'm going to cut it in half because it said half. All right. So half of her birthday money in the top drawer. And that was $8. Okay. Well, how much did she get? What would the other half be in her jewelry box? Well, it would be the same because a fraction is the same size, right? 9 counts this way. Ooh, so 8 plus 8. 8 for her drawer, 8 for her jewelry box. What did she get? $16. So let's write a statement. Jennifer, spell her name correctly because it's right above you, got $16 for her birthday. Very good. You put your period, right? Okay. Now, I told you I was going to give you a part. See if my computer will catch up. Yep. I told you I was going to give you a part, and I wanted you to make it into a whole. Okay? So let's say I give you this. This is your shape. And I want you to show me, I want you to know that this is 1/3 of the shape. What shape could you make to show me a whole? Well, I'm going to need how many of these? I'm going to need 3 of these, right? Okay, so I can go like this. I can put one upside down. And I can go like this. Oh my goodness, I made an upside down trapezoid. Well, that's 1, 2, 3. So 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. That'd be 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, and 3/3 is a whole. Okay, so I use this shape to show 1/3. I took a part of it and I copied it until I had my whole. Okay, let's do another one. What if I have, this is the fraction you have, and this is the shape you have? So what can you make? Well, how many will you need to make one whole? You're looking at this. This is how many parts you have. This is only one of them. I'm going to need 6 in order to get a whole. So I'm thinking in my brain 6, 6. I gotta have 6 of these, right? Okay, so you could do it several different ways. You could do it this way. Did I use it? That'd be 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6. I copied it essentially 6 times, or 5 times in order to make 6. Okay, so I just showed how this can make one whole. But could I have done it a different way? Sure. What if I did it this way? If I did it that way, nothing wrong with that as long as I label them. Right? Looks like a 7. Okay? Or could I have done it a different way altogether? Yeah. What if I did it this way? Is that 1, 6? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure, I could have even, instead of putting it here, I could have even put it over here. Would my shape have been correct? Yes. So just because I draw it one way doesn't mean that there's exactly only one way. As long as you have the correct number of these shapes, and they're all put together, and they're not overlapping, and they're all about the same size. Did you make it? Sure. Okay, let's do it one more time. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do 1/7. And here's your shape. It's a rectangle. Okay, what can you do? Well, I am going to do it this way. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 7 of them. How come I need 7 of them? This is the right picture. How come I need 7? How do I know how many I need? Well, I look right here. This tells me how many parts. And how many parts do I need to make a whole? I need 7. So in my brain, I'm going to think this 7 times. I need 7 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's what I did. Now question. How come I can't, if this is, let's call this 1/4. And I have the same shape. Okay? It's a very sloppy rectangle. I'm just unhappy with that. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to draw a picture. You tell me if it shows the right things. How many would I need to make a whole? Whoops, besides the fact that that rectangle is a little off. Okay, how many do I need to make a whole? Well, if I have fourths, I'm going to need 4 fourths. Okay, so I did 4 fourths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Will this shape work? It's a hashtag or number sign. But will this shade work? How come the shade won't work? What's the rule about fractions? When you make a picture, can they be overlapped? What if I did it like this? I'm not overlapping any of them. How come this picture won't work? Because there's space in the middle. See that space? Not going to work. A fraction has them all touching and none overlapping, and they're all about the same size. Whoops, I did too many. I better erase. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are the same size, and they are side by side, no overlapping. This one has some overlaps. See right here? There's an overlap right there. Not good enough. This one has space. Not good enough. This is not a correct picture. If I see this, I'm going to have to mark it wrong. If I see this, I have to mark it wrong. If I see this, and it has the correct number as the whole, I'm a happy teacher. All right, well, I'll see you soon. Good luck with your homework.